Holy smokes, we have a massive Elon Musk TikTok rumor. It is being reported that China is considering selling their TikTok US operations to Elon Musk. This is a report from Bloomberg. Elon Musk is yet to comment on this, so at this point, this just remains a rumor. The contingency plan is one of several options China is exploring as the US Supreme Court determines whether to uphold a law that could effectively ban TikTok in the US, the report said. The TikTok ban, if you're unfamiliar, is expected to go into effect on January 19th. There has tried to be some extension to that, but it does not look like the US Supreme Court is going to uphold that. Trump doesn't want TikTok to be banned, as we know, so it's happening a day before he goes into inauguration. Would it be banned for a long time? Probably not, but it does look like TikTok is going to be banned on January 19th, at least temporarily. And specifically after January 19th, third-party internet services providers would be penalized for supporting TikTok's operations in the US. Under the plan, Musk would oversee both X, which he currently owns, and TikTok's US business, Bloomberg said. However, Chinese government officials haven't yet decided on whether it would proceed, the report said, noting the plan is still preliminary. Now imagine how cool that would be if Elon Musk owned both X and TikTok. I think that would be a big win for freedom of speech, freedom of expression. It would be a win, okay, for humanity, I believe. But it would not be a win for Tesla stock, let me tell you. The last time Elon Musk had to sell a lot of Tesla stock to purchase something was Twitter. And that's when Tesla fell to $101 per share. Now, there was other issues going on at this time. We were in a secular bear market. There was slowing, demand and profitability at the time, heading into 2023. All of these factors also contributed, but a big part of this decline here from the 300s down to 100 was Elon selling a lot of Tesla to buy Twitter. And that was only $45 billion worth. Today, TikTok's US division is expected to be worth around $100 billion. So this would not be a small acquisition by any means. And there's a lot of people within the Tesla retail community that say this is pretty unlikely. And I agree with that just because of that $100 billion price tag. That is not a small acquisition by any means. Now, what would be exciting, in my personal opinion, is if Tesla, not Elon, but Tesla bought TikTok. That would be something that would probably be a positive for Tesla stock, but not if Elon Musk tries to buy TikTok. Good news is here, we're going to know very soon. Today is January 14th. The cutoff is January 19th. We have 5 days until we will know for sure if TikTok is going to be bought by Elon Musk and or Tesla. Now, we are going to get into your other Tesla stock news today, some sentiment readings on Tesla, the broader markets, option activity, what the shorts are doing today, and much more. But first, we have to take a look at this shocking PPI report that came out today. Talk about hitting the nail on the head in the video that was published last night. I explained that PPI would probably come in lower than expected. No, it plummeted. Okay, core PPI month over month came in at 0%. The expectation was 0.3% month over month. Last month was at 0.2%. Wow, that is incredible. Okay, PPI in a headline even came in lower than expectations. It's positive 0.2% versus expectations of 0.3%, and last month was 0.4%. So both PPI and core headline and core came in lower than expected on a month-over-month basis. Core PPI year-over-year came in at 3.5%, well better than expectations of 3.8%. And even the Red Book year-over-year came in at 4%, which beat estimates as well. The NFIB Business Optimism Index is also soaring, coming in at 105.1 versus estimates of 100.8, and with a prior month rating of 101.7. You can see that exponential rise here. You can also see the small business optimism here. Sarah Eisen from CNBC posted this on X. She says, small business optimism is surging to now a 6-year high. Importantly, hiring plans in December were the strongest since October of 2022. The NFIB says, quote, small business owners feel more certain and hopeful about the economic agenda of the new administration. Now, typically when this optimism index is going up or going up a lot, it's a good time to be invested. Anytime this thing really plummets, it's a worrying sign. And we've been at a low level for a while now, up until the election. We are back soaring once again. As Danny Dayan says, GDP is 3%, unemployment is 4.1%. We have entered an era of higher productivity. That's where we stand now, and small business optimism is exploding higher. And you're bearish? Now, of course, we have the CPI report coming out tomorrow, and that is really going to be the big catalyst this week for markets. But PPI and CPI tend to go hand in hand most of the time. If you get a beat on PPI, you normally get a beat on CPI, and I'll explain that a little bit more in depth in the next video. But what's interesting today is you are actually seeing indexes under pressure, which is fascinating. The Nasdaq is down almost 0.5%, S&P is down 1/3 of 1%, and the Dow is down 0.2%. Russell is actually up 0.2% today, and the VIX is moving up about 0.5%. Bond yields are pretty much flat on the day today, but it does seem like a lot of the negative pressure today on markets is from your big tech names, with Microsoft and Amazon and Apple, all of these down about 0.5%. Meta's down almost 3%. Nvidia's down 1.5%. Even Netflix down over 1% today. So exclude these names, and you get the RSP that's actually positive, up 0.15%. This is the equal weight S&P. So big tech is taking it a little bit harder today. Now back to your Tesla stock news. Elon Musk reposted this post from Mario on X and says, here we go again. Sigh. Tesla is snubbed for big rig charging funding. Again. The Biden administration has denied Tesla's $100 million request to fund a semi-truck charging corridor, marking the third rejection for the project. The funds were part of a $636 million package for EV infrastructure awarded to 49 applicants, but Tesla didn't make the cut. Dubbed Project Tesseract, the plan aimed to build 9 stations across California, Arizona, and Texas, each with 750 kilowatt chargers for Tesla's semi-trucks. The snub raises questions about federal priorities for EV trucking. Barry Black on X last night wrote this about the increase in Tesla stock into the end of the day yesterday, which was very strong. He says, what's causing Tesla's stock price to take flight? Up $8 a share, up 2.1% in after hours. He says it's always difficult to discern cause and effect, but here's my guess. Number 1, Elon's repost of a tweet from Fillenberg. The FSD V13.2 is showing a 750% efficiency increase to 724 miles per disengagement on highways versus 89 miles per disengagement on FSD V12.5. And you can see that post here. Elon Musk says, quote, this is what exponential improvement looks like. Gary Black writes here, number 2, very favorable feedback on refreshed Model Y styling, increased range and features, and increased odds that production will start right away in Asia and Europe, so minimal Osborning effect. Number 3, more Wall Street Tesla price target increases. Specifically, Morgan Stanley has upped its Tesla price target to $430 from $400 and its bull case to $800 from $600, citing opportunities in Tesla's autonomous rideshare and robotaxis for the increase. And number 4, greater understanding that while Trump might roll back Biden's requirements, automakers have hit tough emissions targets, it's unlikely to lead to reduced sales estimates for Tesla's ZEV credits, since most analysts forecast Tesla's ZEV credit sales disappearing in a few years anyways. In the news today, Tesla has improved the Model Y repairability with a new trunk design by separating the rear trunk lid into 2 distinct pieces, a departure from the previous single-piece design. The Cybertruck was the 5th best-selling EV in the US in 2024, beating the Ford F-150 Lightning, Rivian R1S, and all GM EVs according to Cox Automotive. Which, out of the top 5 best-selling EVs in 2024, Tesla had 3 of them. The Model Y at number 1, the Model 3 at number 2, the Ford Mustang Mach-E at number 3, the Hyundai INQ 5 at number 4, and then the Cybertruck at number 5. We have also seen a 441% rise in EV sales since 2019. So just 5 years ago, but still a long way to go. Tesla has added BMW, Genesis, Hyundai, Kia, Jaguar, Land Rover, and Lucid to their coming soon list for North American supercharger access. It is also being reported today that Tesla delivered 7,800 vehicles in China last week, or at least that's how many insured units there were, which might sound like a low number, but it's pretty typical for the first and second week of a new year to be on the low side. In 2024, you only had 7,400 registrations. In 2022, you had 7,200. In 2023, you did have 12,654. But these few, the start of a new year just is slow for Tesla in China regardless. So I think a lot of people are looking at this as a good number. I mean, the first week of 2025, you delivered 5,500 vehicles in China, and that was better than 2024 at 3,200, 2023 at 2,100, or 2022 at 3,700. So far, we look good. Option activity so far today is not as positive in Tesla stock as you would think, although there is some big outstanding trades, ones that really catch your attention today, like these January 16th, 2026 calls, 560 call here, 550 call, another 560 call. These trades worth $600,000+ a piece. And there's more here. There's another one, almost $1 million, another one, $900,000, $1.5 million here, $1.5 million here, $1 million here. All of these for these ones here, the $1 million+ trades for the 550 to 560 calls expiring by January 16th, 2026. And I mean, the list goes on and on, right? There is huge trades today for the $500 to $600 calls by 2026. Here you can see a June 18th, 2026 330 call with a break even of what looks like about $470. This trade is over $7 million just in that one single trade. Like, there is some massive option activity here today. Look at this one. Wow. A January 17th expiration, so literally this Friday, a 175 call worth $301.6 million. $300 million in a single trade today, expiring by this Friday. That is some insane activity. But you also do have some large put trades as well. This one is a March 21st $400 strike put worth $49 million. So In total today, you're coming in with 166 different trades, totaling $618.5 million, with a positive order value of 39%. So not that positive today. I think it could be some of these TikTok headlines that may be sparking some hedging. Okay, you're not seeing this a mass exodus, right? Tesla stock is not dying today because nothing is confirmed. But if Elon Musk does go on to try to purchase TikTok, there's going to be a lot of selling pressure on Tesla stock. And I think some hedging is taking place today, which honestly, if you're concerned about it, I mean, if you live through the Twitter acquisition process for Elon, you may have some PTSD when you hear about Elon potentially buying TikTok, which is over twice the size of Twitter. Buying a hedge for the next week or two is an option. I'm not going to do that because my hedge will be just buying the dip if that dip does come. But if you wanted to hedge, if you are nervous by this, you have an opportunity to do so now before the stock is, trading lower on that news. If, of course, it does happen. Elon Musk could come out and at any moment and say, yeah, I'm not going to buy TikTok. And then fears are gone. Now, sentiment today for Tesla stock is extremely bullish. Yesterday, you were coming in bullish at 73. Today, you're extremely bullish at 78. Message volume today is high at 58, and the participation ratio is high at 56. Tesla continues to run about 4,000 different ads with Google, and global inventory numbers are moving higher yet again, which suggests to me you're likely seeing more production that's starting up again, whereas Tesla's inventory numbers into the end of 2024 into the final days of Q4 really just plummeted across the Tesla lineup. It seems like there was just less production at that time. So Tesla was just running down the inventory that they already had. This rise here looks like they're just starting up production again. The percent of stocks trading above the 50-day moving average is currently at 29%, meaning still 71% of stocks are in an active decline. CNN's Fear and Greed Index is sitting at 27 today, which is almost still in extreme fear. So you're not out the woods yet. People are still very bearish, and it's really going to come down to the CPI report that comes out tomorrow. That's going to be the make it or break it moment for our markets. You can see today on a technical basis for Tesla stock, you're above your trend line here. You're above this line here that I've had drawn on the chart. That's at about 404. You're sitting right at that level literally as we speak. You're at 404.27. So you want to hold support there into the end of the day. But look what happened. You found resistance at that 20-day moving average. Until we get CPI tomorrow morning, which is such a big catalyst, there's really no reason to go above that 20-day moving average for Tesla to get ahead of the data. Whether or not CPI comes in good tomorrow is going to be the catalyst that will help push us higher. Now, the news that came out yesterday was that Trump potentially could do tariffs in like a, step up kind of basis, right? Where every month you get like a 2% tariff for 5 months or 12 months or whatever the ultimate destination is. Instead of just getting a big tariff all at once, you could get this on a very, slight and gradual kind of basis. And that kind of alleviated some of the inflation concerns, I believe, markets have had. And that's why Tesla and the rest of the markets did well into the end of the day yesterday. But we still need that CPI report before we just throw in the bare towel and start to buy stocks again. So let me know what you think about this information down below in the comment section. Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.